She said they just rubbed some cream on it and it was fine.
Welcome back to part 2. It's always great coming to the end of Glenn's conversations.
I'm sure they didn't hear that. I've noticed that if you mumble a little too lowly, they can hear it.
That's right.
So I think, yeah.
Enunciate, man. So welcome back. This is part 2. I cover new comics I released today, Wednesday, March 9th,
March what?
2011. Again, I'm Ed Evans, Allison Eckel, Glenn Walker. We're going to talk about comics today. And while we get going here, here's some books for you.
Oh, right.
Here's some books for you.
The Comics Challenge.
The Comics Challenge. So again, we take 2 or 3 titles that they know nothing about. We give it to them while I'm talking about some of these books. They'll prepare their summary for today.
So your prediction was correct. I'm going to talk about some bad comics.
Yes, that's how I do. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So while they're taking a look at that, let's talk about some of the books that are coming out today. Let's see here. Incredible Hulks, number... Wow, it's hidden away here somewhere. 624, Planet Savage Part 2. It's today. Death of Spider-Man is starting to ramp up. It's Death of Spider-Man Prelude in Ultimate Spider-Man Marvel issue number 155. Releases today. Punisher Max, not for kids. Aaron, this is Punisher Max Comics number 11 today. Let's see here. From the X-Men files of Marvel. You've got Chapter 3 of the Age of X. That's the story arc where they kind of change the future. You don't quite know what's happening. You have to bounce around the comics and read what's going on. This is Chapter 3 in X-Men Legacy, number 246, if you're following that story arc. X-23, number 7, in a very piratey looking cover. Some of my favorite books that maybe you're not reading, Zatanna, number 10. It's a great one. Yeah, she's dealing with evil puppets in the last issue. It's been a great story, a lot of fun. On the march up to Zatanna number 13, which looks like a really cool story. Cinderella, this is from the Fables story arc. Fables Are Forever. This is the second Cinderella arc. And it's issue number 2 of that second arc. Great story coming out of the Fables universe. We've got JSA, Just Society All-Stars number 16 on sale this week. And for folks following Weird Worlds number 3 of 6 story arc. Lobo fans out there, it's number 3.
And Tanga.
Yeah, all those Tanga fans.
No, Tanga's cool, actually. Garbage Man, I'm not so sure of.
He's got an opinion on Weird Worlds. It's not crazy. Spawn number 204. No Spawn for 6 months now. It's going to be coming out every 26 minutes. And our indie department, we've got Transformers number 17. And Walt Disney's Donald Duck, number 364. All kinds of good stuff. All right. Well, that's it for me and comics. So let's see how our friends are doing over here. Who wants to go first?
Well, first of all, I had other comics to talk about.
We'll do those first.
So do I.
Oh, details.
I'll just run through them really fast. You have Outsiders, which has a crossover label for Reign of Doomsday story that seems to be off to a slow start. We have Titans here, which continues a focus on Slade Wilson, the Terminator. And
As opposed to Lee Wilson, Deadpool.
Right, exactly. We have Superboy, and we're going back into that oft-used well of a super person racing a Flash person. So we have Superboy racing Kid Flash. And we have...
It's been a great story so far.
I know, but every time we have a super, we have to have them race a Flash. And whether it's in print or on camera, it's just...
Maybe he'll run through a pane of glass.
Can't quite officially kick off this title until we have him race a Flash. Batman the Brave and the Bold, hooray! Very cool. So we've got Manhandled by the Manhunters. Ought to be really fun. Okay, so what do I have here?
Charlie Fish always writes good stories. Just saying.
Batman the Brave and the Bold is always awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 5 Ronin Hulk, which as I'm flipping through, it's okay, it's Ronin. Is that, I mean, it's Japanese, right? Sword people?
Yes.
Yes. I'm looking for the Hulk. I don't understand why it's Hulk. I don't quite get that. I mean, like big green guy smash? Is that what it means?
Well, yes. Or little scientist guy think.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm not seeing Ronin in that book either.
Well, it looks like feudal Japan and swords.
Yes, that's actually what it is.
Okay.
It's sort of like a noir, except in that period. So a Ronin, the classical definition, the samurai without a master. Yep.
Ah,
Where's the Hulk?
I don't see anything about Hulk, because I didn't read the words, but, except that the guy on the cover is like, "Arr!"
Kind of hulking. That's probably it. It's similar
Does it
to
actually tie into, I mean, is it actually about the Hulk?
No, it's like a noir title where
Okay.
you've got similar concepts presented in a different way. So the first issue of this was Wolverine. It wasn't actually Wolverine in it. It was like with the Wolverine, right? So it's a 5-issue miniseries, and each issue I guess they'll be tackling a different hero as it works into that kind of story arc.
Wait, are you saying that they had a story in inventory that was a good story, and they just put the Hulk's name on it and sold it?
No,
Is
no.
it, what would happen if we took this character and put him in feudal Japan?
It's more like that, yeah. Like the noir titles, they were set like in the 30s, and you had a guy who was like, you had Peter Parker, and this is how he evolved and how the Spider-Man character became.
So
This is
there's a
similar
Banner
sort of
character in there.
thing. Right, but they may
Who
not
has an
even
anger problem.
call him Banner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it really has nothing to do with Hulk,
It's,
but could be a good story anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the last couple issues of Avengers. No Avengers in it.
You guys are like on a train. All right.
All right, moving on. I, Zombie, number 11, Chris Robertson.
Is there an app for that?
I, Zombie, yeah. And I first thought, all right, vampires. There's a vampire in the cover. I don't really, all vampire stories seem to be the same to me. I guess I don't read them enough or something. But flipping through this looks like actually tons of fun. There's teenage vampires that have angst, and there's apparently zombies, and there's something else. Oh, somebody's grandfather was placed into the body of a chimp. Always hilarious. And of course we've got a little cameo of a comic shop and some guy talking about how he's going to that convention in Southern California to promote his portfolio. So there's all kinds of wacky things going on in this.
Yeah, it's a new title.
And I didn't even get around to looking at this. Lady Death.
Thankfully, not much you need to say. Just
Yeah, I mean, it's
Lady
the
Death
same
and which
image of
issue?
Lady
Yep.
Death that we always see, and she's standing with tigers.
Tiger Blood.
So you know it's winning.
It's winning.
Go ahead, Glenn.
I got
Painful.
Warlord of Mars, Deja Thoris, number 1. It's part of John Carter, Warlord of Mars. She is, Deja Thoris is the Princess of Mars in the title of the books. I like the art, I like the color, it's very
I like the color.
fleshy, and they use a lot of flesh in here. Of course, it is our pinup cover of the week.
Cover of the week, yeah.
My one, I mean, it looks interesting. I like the Mars stories. It's been a while since I've read them. My one complaint is that if you're going to have characters with bare feet running around and you're going to show their feet, learn how to draw feet. Some of the feet are very disturbing.
There's a close-up of a foot.
Yeah, it's, whoa.
Let's check out the foot.
Sherlock Holmes Year 1, Issue 2, Beware the Ides of March. This is a very nice read. Scott Beatty is the writer. It feels like real Sherlock Holmes. I really started to get drawn into this and was really enjoying it as I was reading. Great art, great story, terrific stuff. Lots of detail, which is nice in a comic. Boy. IDW with Dark Sun for Dungeons & Dragons. Even when I played Dungeons & Dragons a lot, I never cared for Dark Sun. And I have to say, I read this whole book. It's that simple, that quick. It's not good. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not good. But it is printed on some interesting paper.
Really great stuff.
Yeah,
It's
why?
not, yeah, it's not that coded.
But it does have character sheets in the back of the characters from the story. It's also got a couple monsters.
Hey, Glenn, you have like a minute.
I have a minute.
And we have
It was crap.
t-shirts. Angry Birds
Disagree, but go
t-shirts
ahead.
are new and all
Sigel's
things
back.
fun.
Yep.
Why aren't you reading Wild Walking Dead?
Dead.
Ghostbusters continues with Infestation. There's also Star Trek and Transformers in this issue. Guarding the Globe, the cartoon in the back, best part. Grim Ghost, the Atlas characters are back. There's also a crossover coming later this year. Infamous, it's based on a video game. It's from DC. I like the story a lot, never played the game, but that's pretty cool.
That's a number 1 of 6.
Doom Patrol, Giffen, humorous tour of the DC Universe. They're looking for a headquarters. And my pick of the week, Legion of Super Villains. This is awesome.
Excellent.
Great book.
All right, kids. And that's pretty much all we have time for this week. You can check out the full list online. I'm going to show you some of these cool trades as we sign off. New Deadpool, new Hulk trade, new Wolverine Weapon X, and new Zatanna. Thanks again. You can hit the full list of comics online, allthingsfun.net. We'll see you again next week on the All Things Fun Vidcast.